According to the World Health Organization, the number one issue affecting nursing today is shortage of adequately trained staff, and this is leading to burnout, high staff turnover, and poor work-life balance. Which brings us to you. Are you a burnt-out nurse leader who is transitioning to nurse consulting? The stress and demands of your traditional nurse leader job left you desperate for freedom and autonomy. In this video, I'll show you the one thing to never run out of healthcare consulting clients as a new nurse consultant, so that you can scale your income without the fear of losing a steady paycheck. If you haven't done so, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. I've used the strategies I'm sharing with you today to secure 2 healthcare consulting clients within a matter of weeks, and these became recurring providers that I've worked with for years. What is the one thing? I want to teach you to create your healthcare provider client database. This client database will be the most important document to your cash flow and consistency when it comes to clients and income. Your healthcare provider client database is the place where you store all the information that pertains to future, past, and present clients. It is a living document that you're always editing, updating. You might need to delete information when you no longer need it, but think of it as a reference point. Instead of keeping all your client data and information on different pieces of paper, documents, notebooks, I'm going to show you how to put all that information together. And if you're a new nurse consultant who is struggling to land your first clients right now, this is probably because you haven't put this document in place. After this video, I'll empower you so that you never run out of clients because you've got all the information you need in one single place. This healthcare provider client database is important to your growth as a nurse consultant. Why? It enables you to monitor the projects you're working on, when they are ending, when you need to reach out and onboarding new clients, as well as give you that sense of stability. Even if you're an experienced nurse leader right now who's frustrated and burnt out and you're ready to make the move and you're hesitating because you're thinking, you know what, I've got this amazing, big and steady paycheck and I don't want to lose access to it. Well, even before transitioning into nurse consulting, you can put this database together. It gives you a sense of security as you make that move because you know that you've got access to the cash flow and the clients that you need in one place. Before I show you how to practically create this database in quick, simple steps, if you're an experienced nurse leader who's transitioning into independent nurse consulting and you want someone to guide you on the process so that you can have a steady income and you can make a bigger impact through nurse consulting, then book a call with me. My calendar is in the comments below. So now we're going to go into Excel and I'll walk you through the process of creating this database. All right, so I'm now inside the healthcare consulting client spreadsheet and I will show you how you can construct yours. So simply go into, I'm in Google Maps, or if you've got Excel spreadsheet, just create a new document. Keep it simple. Many companies call this CRMs and they can be very complex and they get bigger as you grow. But as a new nurse consultant who's starting out or an experienced nurse leader, you don't need all that complexity. So keep it simple, otherwise you will not get started. So create your new Excel spreadsheet and give it a name. I've called this one healthcare consulting client spreadsheet. So you can, give it whatever name you want to, and then maybe add 2025 there as well. And then come here and then add there's columns already in Excel, as you can see, but with mine, it only has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 columns, and then the rows are endless. You can just keep going and then sort the data out. You can just be as complicated or as simple as you want, depending on your knowledge of the spreadsheets and Excel. I make this database very simple because many new nest consultants and experienced nest leaders hold off from starting out because they say that, oh, I don't have any tech experience. I don't know how to even set things up on a computer. But literally, this is so simple. Like, this is so simple. It's just columns and rows. Okay, so what information are you going to put in this client database? So first of all, of course, you want the client name. So I've got the name in there. So for example, this one is Fulton Country Board. You can come up, maybe you're putting in Rose Healthcare. Okay, so Rose Healthcare, for example, that is just a new one. And then, what healthcare services do they offer? This is so important. And if you are not sure what services to offer right now, go and watch the video that I'll link to at the end of this video, and it will help you really streamline the offer that you will actually provide. So with Fulton County Board of Health, it's sexual health clinics. And then what are their values? Again, you want to know what sort of provider they are. Do you want to work with them or not? Put a link to their website. Usually every healthcare provider does have a website nowadays. I've blacked out some details here because I had some actual details in there. So what are the key personnel name and direct contact details? So you want, if you've found a reference point for you to use whenever you are contacting a specific provider, put that in. Put in their LinkedIn profile, put in their email, put in their phone number, put in their online Google or Glassdoor reviews so that you've got easy access to their information and the stuff that you need to know, and then put in the notes. So for example, this one, I put in-person meeting with general manager and a list scheduled for the 12th of August, and proposal is ready. So this is for you. And then there's the last column for follow-ups as well. So do that for every single provider that you will put on your consulting client spreadsheet. Where will you find this information? So you're wondering, Lorraine, where will I get this information? This information is very easy to find nowadays. There's so many places where you can find it. You can start off locally with your local healthcare providers that are prospective clients that you want to work with. Simply look up their details, either in your phone book, if people are still using phone books, or go on Google and type up that healthcare provider's name, and it will come up with their website and all the details that you basically need. It's available on Google. Another resource that you can use is job board websites. For example, your Indeed.com, CVS Library, if you're in the UK. These are great places to find healthcare provider details because usually they post their job listings in there. You might even be able to find the names of key personnel there as well. LinkedIn is a gold mine and gold resource because it gives you access to the key personnel name and direct contact details. Like, LinkedIn is basically a shortcut to get into the inbox of the key decision maker that you need. So if you go on LinkedIn, go to that company page, look up the organizational structure and see who's who and who you need to get in touch with. Send them a connection request, engage with them, give them a compliment, and then reach out to them in their inbox. But right now, you're not even doing that yet. You're simply collecting the data. I want you to have a minimum of 20 clients in your healthcare consulting client in your healthcare consulting client spreadsheet, minimum of 20. You can even grow it to 100. But remember, when you're a new nurse consultant, you only need 1 to 3 healthcare provider clients maximum, because you're really looking for 36 to 40 hours work per week. When you do decide to expand into a nurse consulting firm and start subcontracting to other nurses, then you can now get more clients on board. So do that for your first client, put in their information, and then your second provider, put in their information. Even if you're within your network, the healthcare providers that want and need your services, get their contact details and put them in there. Okay, so now that you're looking at the healthcare consulting client spreadsheet, what did I mean when I was saying you will use this to never run out of clients? What I meant was, take, for example, if you engage, let's say, Exec Health. So we've got their details in here. We've spoken to them, we've had a meeting, and we've signed them up as a first client. And we're assisting them with accreditation preparation and ongoing improvement of clinical systems commencing to August. So if, say, we sign up Exec Health as a client and we start off with them on the 2nd of August, and with Exec Health, the amount of value and hours we are giving them per week is maybe 20 hours per week for the next 3 years. You now know that you now only have 16 hours per week of work left within your independent nurse consulting framework, or work framework, so to speak, right? So what you now need to do is, when you know that you've got a vacancy of 16 hours and these prospective clients, contacts, can now come in to fill that 16 hours. So let's say you do have a meeting with Northwell Health. So Northwell Health, I've put in the notes that, spoken to admin twice, in process of scheduling meeting with clinical operations manager. Their gap is poor reputation in local community due to high risk clinical incidences in press linked to high turnover of key clinical leadership in the past 3 years, and they're trying to introduce nurse trainee graduate program, but inadequate nursing leadership to actually implement. So let's say you're in the process of engaging them, like they want to introduce this nurse trainee graduate program. You know that with your nurse leadership, many years of nursing leadership experience, you can come in and help run this nurse trainee graduate program for them, right? So if you engage them, right? So maybe you engage them, you pitch a proposal, and you get them on board, and they give you 16 hours, and you provide them with 16 hours of your resources or work or value per week. You now have a full-time schedule. So you don't have the capacity to take up a new client as a nurse consultant. But then maybe with Northwell Health, you're only going to work with them for the next 6 months to a year. So if you start off a contract with them in August, and you're working with them August, September, October, November, December, January, for example, so your contract finishes end of January, this database will enable you to know that, so that by around October, November, you are engaging other healthcare providers to take them on board, so that by the time you finish up with Northwell, end of January, you already have a client lined up, say Fulton, to come in and fill in that space that has been created by you finishing off with Northwell Health. So this is where this database comes in. The figures are no longer just in your head. It's no longer on different pieces of paper, but you have them all together. That way you can plan ahead, know how your calendar is looking in terms of healthcare provider clients. And when you find yourself with higher demand than what you can meet, then it's time for you to consider subcontracting and bringing on board other nurse consultants to help you, so that you can now grow into an actual firm rather than just being you as an independent nurse consultant. If you want access to this client healthcare database so that you can edit it and make it your own, then comment yes below and I'll send you a copy for free. If you're ready for autonomy, freedom, and flexibility through becoming an independent nurse consultant, then book a call with me. My calendar is in the comment and description below, and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together inside the Nurse Consultant Blueprint. Do hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell so that you're notified each time I publish a new video. If you enjoyed this video, tell me your takeaway in the comment section below, and just for your support, give this video a like as well.